Hi, I'm Jessica from Jessica Wanders, and there's been a lot of requests lately for me to do a garden update or a garden tour or how is my garden growing this year. Last year, I did a series called How Much Food Can I Grow? I'll leave a link here to that series where I kept track of everything and tallied and weighed everything that I grew through the entire garden season. It's a great series if you want to watch it. I'll leave a link here. This year was a little kind of slower. We had some problems at the beginning of the year with our fruit trees, and I just wasn't feeling great. I wasn't feeling great about gardening. I considered not even putting a garden in this year. We are going away, so I thought we're going to be gone for a lot of time at the end of July and August. I wasn't sure it was really worth it. Plus the weather was being really wonky. And I thought, you know what? It's okay to take a break. But then we had already planted garlic from last year and Mr. Wanders put the potatoes in, and then there was stuff growing anyways that I was having to water. So we ended up sort of planting more garden. You'll see. I'll take you on a tour. Let's see. How does my garden grow 2023? It'd be like a June and July sort of garden update. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to see more videos from me or check out the join button for other ways to support my channel.
I don't have much in the garden, but I do have some nice radishes. These are all radishes, and then I've got this beautiful leaf lettuce. I'm going to take this one before they kind of bolt any more than they already are. I've got some spinach growing. These are some more leaf lettuces. These are supposed to be head lettuce, but I don't have much success growing head lettuce. They never really form very much of a head. And I've got some of these long English cucumbers. I'll grab one of those for a salad today. They're doing okay. The zucchini plants are looking really strong. And don't have any red tomatoes, but we have some green tomatoes coming. Could make fried green tomatoes or something. No Romas yet. All the garlic, we harvested the garlic scapes, but haven't harvested the garlic yet. We have some melons back here that are looking kind of not super great. Watermelons and cantaloupes back here. This whole section of the garden, we're not planting this year. We scaled it back quite a bit. Something is planted here, but I can't remember what it is. Turnip. What did we plant there? Oh, turnips. Oh, it needs to be weeded. There are some turnips in here. Like these. This is weed. This is weed. This is weed.
Turnips are the ones that
but these are
like this?
Yeah, I think these ones.
Yeah.
Turnips.
Just a few.
But these are the potatoes. They're crazy, crazy tall. We should be able to get some new potatoes off of them because some of them have flowered. Once they flower, you can usually get some new potatoes out of them if you dig down. So I've got some flowers on them. I haven't really been looking. We haven't really been home. So these have just been growing and growing. I don't know. I haven't seen any potato bugs. And the leaves all look pretty good. Have you seen any potato bugs?
I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
That's sketchy.
But all the leaves look fine. Like they're not getting eaten or anything.
I think they haven't found one?
You think they... No.
We missed them.
Well, I don't know.
We could have missed them.
Maybe the weather hasn't been good for them.
Look under the leaves, I don't see any red.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? And then we did plant some peppers, mostly green peppers, and what else? Green peppers and jalapenos. Just green peppers and jalapenos, not our normal variety of peppers this year. And these are wax beans, just not drying beans, just regular green beans. I've done a mix of green and yellow. There was some animal that was eating them, and so I replanted them a couple of times. They're starting to come up. I need to weed this whole bed. And then this is our corn. Corn. And our carrot row, they were really slow to come up this year, but they're just starting to get going finally. So that's good. I've got a couple of different kinds of carrots, and I just have to weed them a couple more times. But you can see there's carrots coming. This whole bed will be carrots, And this whole bed is doing really well. It's all of my drying beans. So kidney beans, cassolettes, Taylor Horticulture. Those are onions from last year. I put peas. They just sprouted all by themselves. So I'm just going to let them do whatever they want to do. This whole bed here, I planted peas in. It looks like I need to get weeding it too. We were kind of on holidays for about a week and things went crazy. It was raining a lot, so everything was really happy. But there are some peas coming. Where's another pea? Maybe not very. There's another pea. There's not that many peas in here, mostly weeds. Here's a nice pea. There's one. Not compared to how many I planted in here. I think I planted 200. If it gets too wet, they can sometimes rot and it doesn't work out very well. And we were getting a lot of rain. These are my chives. I haven't eaten any of them, and I got to get these heads off of them before they break open and spread onion seeds all over the place over here. Then we'll have onions growing everywhere. An unruly grapevine. These are more beans. I don't know what beans these were.
Just that corner.
I can't remember what beans I planted here. I'll have to look at the garden plan. So that's it. It's not much for a garden this year. I know the drying beans are really impressive. They're really doing well. I don't know why they're doing so well. And these ones over here look good. They must be another kind of drying bean. This weather was pretty good for them. The peas, not so much. We should really maybe replant the peas. Didn't do well.
That side corn is doing better than this. 2 different varieties here.
You went to the middle though, right?
Yeah.
This corn is doing better? Probably the early corn. We didn't plant that much corn, hey? So we planted 2 kinds of corn. We planted peaches and cream early corn, and I believe the Bantam.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bantam heirloom variety corn over there. Then we have our strawberries, which I haven't really been picking, and I think that the waxwings are probably eating. Our blueberries, which kind of have a few blueberries on them. We'll see how they do. I'm pretty sure that these leaves and these smaller things are ground cherries, so I'm going to leave them. Got dill just sort of growing wildly all over the place. This tarragon plant that I have, it overwintered nicely. I love things that overwinter in our climate, and this one is doing just fine every year. I like it. Maybe I'll put some on my salad. We got these garlic scapes out of the garden about a week ago. I'm probably going to do up some pickled garlic scapes again. What did we get? 2 pounds, 10 ounces of garlic scapes, 9 ounces of leaf lettuce, 4.2 ounces of radishes, 11.7 ounce cucumber. That's our first cucumber of the year. Looks really awesome. And I picked this tarragon, just 0.1 ounce of tarragon. I found a great recipe. I'll post a link in the description below for this tarragon salad dressing recipe that I found that I'm going to do up, and we'll make a salad today. I'm going to use my frozen garlic because I still have frozen garlic in the freezer that I need to use from last year. It looks pretty good. Garlic and tarragon and I don't know, olive oil, that kind of stuff. Make it up a salad dressing, and we'll have some salad for lunch. I've got these frozen garlic to use in a salad dressing. For the salad dressing, actually, we ran out and grabbed some chives, just 0.3 of an ounce of chives, half a cup of olive oil, 1/3 of a cup of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons, I've got approximately, of tarragon. I picked 0.1, went out and got 0.2 more, so it's like 0.3 of an ounce of tarragon. I've got a lot of chives. I'll put some in to blend up, and then I think I'll throw some in afterwards so that it stays minced. I could have done that with the tarragon too, but I didn't. 1/2 teaspoon of parsley. All I have is dried parsley, so I'll just throw some of that in there. All I have is honey Dijon mustard, so we're going to put that in there. 1 teaspoon-ish of honey Dijon mustard, or Dijon mustard if you have it. 1 clove of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. This is going to be some green salad dressing. Probably could have put whole peppercorns in there because I'm blending it. I made a little salad with our salad greens, our lettuce, our radishes, the cucumber, and then I had some green pepper in the fridge to use up as well, and some Parmesan cheese that I threw on there. And here is our tarragon salad dressing. Smells wonderful. I mean, it's green, so it doesn't really stand out, but we'll put a bunch of that on there. It tastes really very red wine vinegary. So if you like that, you'll love this. It smells like tarragon, really quite a bit. Yummy. And we found some hot dogs to do up, so that is lunch today. From the garden, lunch from the garden. Ooh, it's really tangy. Nice salad dressing, I like it. We are chopping down all of our chives. They should grow back again, but the flowers were gonna seed everywhere. So we chopped down the plant. So far we've got 15 ounces of chives out of the garden, and Mr. Wanders is out there chopping down some more. I'm gonna pick some of this spinach. Looks pretty yummy. There, I picked what spinach I had, and it came out to, what was it, 5.4?
Yes.
5.4 ounces of spinach. More big cucumbers coming out of the garden, 4.4 ounces. More cucumbers. These are the giant cucumbers that we pulled out of the garden today. They don't look yellow, so I'm pretty excited. I think they'll be fine. Yummy. We're gonna weigh them. There's not much coming out of the garden, so it's nice to have these big cucumbers. Oh, they're pretty big. 2 pounds, 5 ounces. 1 pound, 15 ounces. And this giant one, this giant. Mr. Warner says he's just gonna take it to work and just eat it just straight. Oh, it's a 3-pound cucumber. Excellent. The birds are in our berries, but I got this tiny little haul of blueberries, 0.1 ounce of blueberries. I don't have a ton of things going on in the garden, and I haven't been doing very much birding lately either, but I do have these beautiful sunflowers. To do a new member shout out for Shelly Shreve. I hope I'm saying your name right, Shelly. Thank you so much for becoming a member, Shelly. I appreciate you helping support the channel. You get little perks like funny emojis to use in the premier chats, as well as shout outs and sneak peek videos of my $21 a week grocery hauls. Yay! Shelly Shreve, new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I hope you watch my gardening videos too. The bees are loving these small sunflowers. They're not loving me standing here, I'll tell you that. I can hear the cedar waxwings. up in my honeysuckle tree. They are the culprits. There, you can see him right there. Oh, he's so backlit right now, you can't even see how beautiful he is, but they are so gorgeous. These sunflowers are buzzing with bees. Dangerous. Become a member, I give you a shout out. There's a house sparrow. He lives right here. But all the little babies have come out. I think just today all the babies came out. So you can't really hear anything in there. They're amazing house sparrows. They'll like have 3 or 4 broods of babies. He's already carrying a bit of more nest in his mouth. 3 or 4 more broods of babies. Look at all the babies are out. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And then when they're gone, they get right back to making more babies. Like, I don't know. They just go and go and go. All right, I'll move so you can put but he's got a bit of a nest there that he wants to put in his nesting box. And I'm standing right in front of it. So we'll move, we'll let him go. This tree, I think, is a honeysuckle tree. And they're just red birdberries. And the waxwings love it, but they also love my strawberries, right? Oh, there they go. Ta-da. These will be the ground cherries. They just spring up everywhere. I can't believe that I have lettuce this year that is actually making heads. They're not very firm yet, but that's amazing. I've never had head lettuce do well, and all of my other lettuce didn't do well. The radishes didn't do it. The spinach absolutely didn't do well at all. I might plant some more spinach. We just had some crazy hot weather, so it didn't do well. This is what the yard's looking like. I've got dry beans. I've got peas over there. Peas over there under the trellis. You can't really see them. I'll walk over there in a sec, but mostly beans. These are drying beans. These are carrots, finally came up and looking good. These are regular just green beans, like snap beans. There's the corn, of course. These are the potatoes here, and they're looking great. Like, we could probably start digging some. Over here, we've got zucchini. There's some cherry tomatoes. We have flowers, but no cherry tomatoes yet. And in the front here is where we're getting our cucumbers, the ones I just showed you in the house. And we've got some other small ones coming as well. There are zucchinis that I'm seeing, but they're just tiny still. So hopefully when we get back from our trip, I don't know if you can see, but hopefully when we get back from our trip, there will be a zucchini abundance. Over here, we've got tomatoes. We've got some tomatoes. I only planted bush tomatoes, not vining tomatoes, indeterminate or determinate. And they're all Romas. Well, except for these ones are like just a regular tomato, and they're all coming along. There's tons in there. I haven't really been good about pruning them. That's true. But they're growing in there, so that's good. Just nothing's really turning red, but they're still flowering. This is some dill that's just sprouting up everywhere. Here's some more of those ground cherries that just sprung up. This looks like a big healthy plant, so I'm excited about that because we don't have much fruit in our yard this year. There they are down there. That's how they grow, like these little papery husks. We're not using this area at all this year except for compost, so we just put some sunflowers in the front there. We are going to harvest this garlic. It's looking okay. It's looking pretty big. Some of them are red. This is my garlic that I save every year and I just replant it. I did have some Russian red garlic once, so sometimes I get these red looking ones, and we're just gonna dig them up. These are the small ones because these are small and they kind of get bigger as they go down the row, so the garlic should get bigger as well. Back here we have, I think, some turnips, but it doesn't look like much is growing. I'll give them a little longer. but I don't see much of anything. But they look really healthy and green. And then we've got some melons that are just starting to kind of branch out, but they don't have anything really on them. Watermelon and cantaloupe over here. They might do something later. So that's what the garden's looking like for those of you who wanted an update. What did I not plant this year? Yeah, I didn't plant the stringed tomatoes where I have to constantly be monitoring them, and they tend to blow over in the wind, and it's just a constant thing you have to be worried about. Hello. We've got house sparrows everywhere in the yard because we put a house for them and they use it a lot. I got Dylan there too. Oh yeah. And they like the sunflowers, so they are eating all of our strawberries, and now they started in on the blueberries. I put up this kind of makeshift netting around here just to try and like discourage them, but I don't know if it's gonna work. We do have some blueberries here because I don't want them to eat. I just don't want them to eat them. But they probably will. I don't know. We'll see. These are strawberries that we replanted. Every couple of years we kind of dig out the best ones and replant them. They struggled at the beginning of the season, but they seem like they're rooting in there just fine. And these ones we should have got strawberries off of, but I think the waxwings just ate them because we should have got a lot more and we didn't. And every time I came out to look, there was just nothing. Betty suggested painting those red rocks and leaving them around. I think that might be something that we could try. Or usually I just net it, but we didn't do it this year. So they had a good feast, the waxwings, on all my strawberries. So there you go. I should really prune these cherry tomatoes before I go on holidays. Oh, here's a red tomato. Look, there's one. Oh, I should eat that one. Look at that. That's a nice tomato. I'll tell you what. I don't know why this one is going all wonky, like it's not really reaching up. But yeah, we could take that one pretty soon and eat it before we go on holidays too. I have a lot of pruning to do, and I'm probably not gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens. Look at the beautiful, beautiful zucchini flowers. Awesome. Little zucchinis growing everywhere. They're gonna be giant by the time we get back. We did plant peppers, bell peppers, green bell peppers, and jalapenos. The green peppers aren't really doing too much. They are starting to flower. Here's some jalapenos on this tiny little plant. It's not a very big plant, but it's making jalapenos. That's a weed. A weed overrunning a pepper plant. There we go. There are some green peppers coming, mostly jalapenos. I don't know how Mr. Wander staggered them when he planted them, but there should be green peppers and jalapenos as well. Our green beans are finally flowering, so we should have green beans eventually. I think I planted green and yellow wax beans. Those are drying beans. They'll flower and make beans and die and dry, and then I'll pick them and they'll be all done. The peas didn't do so great, but there are some coming up. They're really far behind, but maybe we'll get some peas off of them. I have to put some more netting out here and do some weeding. The dragon's tongue beans that I planted over there are looking really, really good. I'm excited. These are our chives. We actually have completely mowed this down already once, and they grew back beautifully. Oh, the raspberries are overrun with grass. I don't know. I think because COVID is over, like the restrictions are gone. We've been tied to the house for so many years now that I just feel like I don't want to be tied down this year to the garden. It's interesting. I think I'm not giving up on gardening. I just feel like I want to be more free this year or something. I just want to do whatever I want to do without having to worry about what's going on at the house. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. So, but for all that said and done, and we did manage to actually put a fair amount of garden in. We've got two kinds of corn. That's why this one looks taller. This would be an early peaches and cream, and then that's a just a regular heirloom variety corn over there. That's why they look different. These are looking really healthy though. We had some major windstorms and I was so worried, but because they're not very tall yet, they managed to survive. Yeah. Anyway, everything is kind of low maintenance except for this crazy unruly grape bush that has just gone nuts, and I'll have to fix or something. Carrots continue to grow. There's nothing planted in here. There's a lot of beds this year that we just left with nothing planted in them. We were going to do some work. This whole entryway needs to be replaced, so we were going to do that, but that just hasn't happened yet. so yeah. Oh, and I didn't plant any herbs, but this tarragon, it overwinters here, so I love it. Is that cilantro? Oh my gosh, I have a cilantro growing over here too. Coriander? Yes, is it? Oh, that's excellent. Oh, that's excellent. And that's really good. And some fresh leaves. Usually this just goes straight to seed. I'll try and eat some of that before we go on holidays because it'll go to seed probably while we're gone. Wow, I'm excited about this. I didn't plant this year. It just grew. So yay. I'm gonna get out and harvest some garlic today because it is ready and I am late. So let's get digging. As I'm digging, I'm just seeing that there's Aunt Molly's ground cherries sort of growing everywhere in this bed. I think if I harvest the garlic really carefully, I can be left with a bed of Aunt Molly's ground cherries, which would be awesome because I don't have very many blueberries and I don't have very many strawberries, and we don't have any cherries or plums or peaches or pears. So any kind of fruit that's growing in the garden right now is awesome. So as I'm working out here, I can hear the babies in this nesting box, and this dude is not very happy that I'm hanging out. Hi. Chirp, chirp. Hi. Chirp, chirp. Yeah. The more I look around here, the more Aunt Molly's ground cherries I find. I'm so excited about it now. I'm gonna have a whole row of Aunt Molly's ground cherries. I think that overall the garlic harvest is going to be a little bit less than last year, but we're making our way. It smells a lot like garlic. And then I get into the dill and now it smells like garlic and dill. This is wonderful in here. There we go, we've got some dill. Whoa. Here's the garlic harvest. We're gonna hang it in the basement because it's been getting above 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in the yard, and I don't want them to dry poorly. Got them tied up in bunches of 10 with string, and then we're just gonna hang them in the basement where it's cool and dry and it's pretty open, so I'll have pretty good ventilation. I think last year was better. We'll have to see. When they're all dry, we'll weigh them up. It always looks smaller when it's out in the yard, and it's bigger when you get them in bowls and stuff. So we'll have to wait for them to dry to see how much we got. Oh, in case you're wondering, this is my cherry tree in all of its glorious devastation. We had this plum tree die last year. The cherry tree behind it, that is also a cherry tree. Whoa, I'm getting wet. Ha ha ha. This is also a cherry tree, and I'm not sure it's gonna survive. It might. More and more branches are just kind of dying on it, so that's what that is. Our pear tree did survive, but it didn't make any pears, and it badly needs to be pruned. I thought that our peach tree was gonna keep a few leaves. We hard pruned it, but then those leaves died off as well. You can kind of see them dangling here, and it's pushed up a bunch of sprouts. So we're gonna leave it and see what it does next year. Yeah, Beautiful flowers though. Look at my beautiful flowers. And I've got some lilies coming over there as well. Over in the apple trees, we do have some apples growing, you can see, but half of the tree died. This half, if I had hope for it, it was short-lived. So that whole side has died, and I might leave one of the sprouts. There's a sprout, the grass is really wet right now. I might leave a sprout like this one and try to get it to maybe grow this way to replace that branch, or one of these other ones, just to kind of even it out. We have another apple tree. This whole branch was gonna survive, but then it didn't. So this whole branch here is dead. Oh, well, there's that smaller branch going that way is alive. So I have to cut all this off. And then there's just some pokey bits that the crows like to sit on. And we needed a bigger saw to remove. But there are some branches here, and there are a few apples, but not nearly as many as we usually get. I'm pretty sure this branch is going to die, but it might survive till next year, but it doesn't have any apples on it, but I'm gonna leave it. It's just a rough year, I'll tell you what. There we go. That's the second garden update of the year. And we're gonna put it all together in one video. So how does my garden grow 2023? So I did add everything up, pounds and ounces, and in the middle of July, we have 16 pounds, 1.3 ounces of produce coming out of the garden. Honestly, lots has been going to the birds, and many of our fruit trees died. So this year already isn't going to be great compared to last year, but we're getting something. 16 pounds isn't bad. 16 pounds of produce is not nothing. I wish we got more strawberries. Last year was an amazing strawberry harvest. There were lots of people asked for an update, so there we have it. Garden 2023 update. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You can click my face to subscribe to see more videos from me. I'll leave links to the entire, maybe last year's garden series where I kept track of everything. If anybody's interested and likes seeing my garden update videos, let me know in the comments below. and I'll do another one. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you watching.